Now this is when she phones a friend the whole time. As soon as she walks in, it was so many triggers and red flags that said leave, and I was like, bitch, turn your location on, like for real. Cause she walked in there, and the first red flag was when you went to the bathroom and he ain't have no soap to wash, and she was like, she needs soap, and he handed her shampoo. Bitch, go. First indication you should.
No soap.
I had to take a shower. You know that
I shower with shampoo before.
No,
yeah, but
not
that
the
was
shampoo. You know that hand soap, that soap something that you get at Walmart. That
soft soap.
Soft soap?
No,
Yeah.
that shit will rip you up, bro.
I wash up with dish liquid. I wash up with neutralizer.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you got a woman coming over and you planning on fucking, normally, you might come just, have a regular bar. I'd rather see a little ivory or something in there. But
he had just picked me up from work, so we went back to his house. He lived in Connecticut, and he was handsome. I was like, I've always wanted to see what what it is with a pregnant. Like, okay, this is my opportunity. So we were there chilling after I took a shower and everything. We're.
Oh, she's too curious for me, bro. I don't know. She's too curious for my liking.
I mean, after the first incident, I'm not even surprised.
Like, listen, I get, trying new things, but brother, like, something gotta give. You gotta have a sister on the side that, like, are you okay?
That's her sister on the side. She ain't helping.
You're right. Never mind. You're right.
She ain't helping.
And then she gonna get up and say, "But that's just my friend, though. That's not me."
We're chilling in his living room and his bedroom, sorry. And then he goes, "What size bra are you?" I was like,
Second flag. That's gangster. I never used that one before.
So, I told him my bra size. And then he's like, "Well, what size panty are you?" I told him my panty size. He was like, "Take it off."
Oh, he set it up.
Cool.
Take it
off. All still green flags. All still green flags. So red is coming though.
That's confidence right there.
That's gangster, bro.
So I take it off. He puts on my bra.
What?
Okay, red flag number 2.
And then he put on my underwear.
Red flag
and
number 3.
He gets on top of his bed, and then he stands like this, and he goes,
"Wait, he put your shit?"
What? Yeah, and then he goes, "What do you think? How do I look? First of all, you white. You might kill me." I said,
because she done now she realized she was Silence of the Lambs, right?
Why didn't you play like that?
Yeah, but my whole thing is,
he put on the bra.
He put on both my panty and my bra.
White niggas play like.
But wait a minute.
That's not even a whole clause.
That's not it. I had my period.
Oh no.
So why you take off your panties and give it to him?
He's white and he told me to take it off.
Did you tell him you had your period?
She can't even play like she's a victim here, bro.
She can't.
She can.
She can. But like, there's certain things that lead into the moment that's just like, first of all, you're on your period.
Here's the thing.
I get you horny. Just go home.
Listen. Here's the thing.
Finish the cycle.
You gotta realize,
You'll be back
men,
strong.
Like us as men, when we don't like something straight up, it's like, no, I'm not doing that. But like with women, especially when they're alone with a man,
that is
like,
true.
I don't know how the fuck he's gonna react.
Yeah, I see it.
Certain things, you know what I mean? So I was like, I could understand it, but it's like, see the red flags first. After situations like this, leave the nigga alone. But if you keep going back willingly, this is your fault now.
He knew I had my period.
So
the
Did you
pad.
remind him?
The pad had blood in it.
The pad had a little.
Oh, this nigga put the pad on. Oh.
So he put on.
That's a big girl too. I'm sorry. Let's play the video.
You nasty, nigga. You nasty, bro.
I'm sorry. Yo.
Fuck out of here. You put a pad on my nigga. That's worse than putting the panties on, son. You wildin'.
Yo, man. He wanted the full
And at this point, you
experience.
realize you stuck
So
in
then,
Connecticut.
because I told him and I was just like, I didn't.
You going to hell too? Put that pad on, my nigga. Sorry. Go ahead.
So I'm like telling him, I'm like, I need my panties though because I have my period. And he was like, it's only gonna be for a second. And he took off his boxers and he put on my panties with the fucking pad inside. And I'm just looking at him like, in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm like, breathe. I'm like literally in Connecticut. I'm 40 minutes away from where I live. And I was like, oh fuck, okay. So then he goes, have you ever been tied up before? And I was like, no. He takes out the rope. And then he starts tying me up.
How many flags we at now?
I look like a fucking pig ready to be fucking roasted.
Didn't you just say, yo,
Pause. Do you know how freaked out you got to be to practice? Like, who did you practice on to know how to hog tie somebody? Because it ain't no pig. It's not.
And it's not a skill you pick up on the first try.
It's not a skill that
No, it is not. No,
you got
it is
practice. Like, he probably went on with women. Like, you ever been hog tied before? It's the first time. Why not? I gotta learn somehow.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Y como.
I want to see that shit. Yo, before you got anywhere near looking like a pig being ready to be roasted, he was like, he said to you, all right, here, put this apple in your mouth.
That's what I said. Like a whole.
He put a tube sock in my mouth, not an apple.
Judging
It was a
on
clean
his
one.
Judging on his behavior, I don't know if it was clean. It probably looked clean.
No, it was clean. It was clean. It was clean. It
Y'all
was clean. Huh?
Y'all fucked while you were tied up?
No, I had my period.
You don't fuck with
You don't care.
I do, but it was just.
I'm sure
I was scared. But what he did do though, that did turn me on.
Nigga ate the mother.
No, while I was hogtied. Actually, he did. Sorry. While I was hogtied, he started slapping me.
Crazy word.
And that's when I thought I was about to die. Yeah, but I really thought I was about to die. I was like, God, if this is how I'm gonna go out.
Like in the face?
He started,
he was like
slapping you.
He started slapping me, but actually it turned me on. Though.
In your face.
Yes, and it turned me on.
Your voice
It
is
They-
fire.
turned you on.
It did, and then it started slapping my
She got
ass.
that.
I love
got
the
that preacher
slapping
boy
and all that
special.
spanking stuff.
I
All
do.
the other surrounding details.
Yeah, it sounded like the axe was coming next.
Yeah.
But I'm alive. He didn't kill me.
So what y'all did while you were
And yeah, he did eat my pussy. I have a period.
How'd you escape?
He untied me. What the fuck?
So after this, what happened?
No, he ate my pussy. I came. We went to bed. And then I
Dracula.
went home the next day.
And never spoke to him again?
Never. He
Yeah.
kept calling me and calling me and calling me, and I had to block him.
That was the first and last white guy?
First and last.
Yo, man, you can't have him give all the white guys a bad rap.
So let me ask you this question.
Yeah, facts. How you going to... Bro.
What if he did all of that, right? He gets you there, he asks you all the questions. He's like, what size is your bra? What size is your panties? Take it off. He puts the bra on, puts the panties on, right? And then he goes in the panties, pulls out the pad, looks at the camera and goes, always. and then you find out your ass is in the commercial.
And then he's like, you free to go.
I mean, I would have been like,
You signing the release?
You signed a release for that commercial?
hey, he don't want to wear the goddamn panties. Shit.
Yo, I usually put
That part?
I put women panties on, but on my head, on my face, not on like not on.
Nah,
I don't
he
wear
really
it.
wore it.
What's going on? Who asked for this information?
Niggas gonna be on his side?
Bro, no, like, bro, like, what? Like, it was, okay, honestly, as like a stupid joke, I would get it. like if I'm just dicking around, just put a bit in I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Just to be dumb, just to dick around. But just do it on the natural occasion, I'd be like, nigga, you weird. Off with you.
The fuck?
Not with the pad.
Bro.
Not with the pad.
You wear the crotch part of your nose?
Not with the pad. Obviously, the thong part.
Got you.
It was. I think our sexual experiences.
Yeah.
Dong part. That should be in their ass cheeks.
Yep. These guys are way too freaked out. I would have
Nigga
been like, I want to
pre-gaming.
go home. I wanna go home, bro. Y'all boys. I don't know, man.
I can't compete.
I can't compete. I want to go home. I want to go home.
I'm way out of my depth.
Boy special. Somebody take me.
Niggas free diving. Nigga, I can't even tread water.
Oh my god.
Crazy.
I think some of
we've
them are so
experienced a
bad
lot.
that you like put them into a vault and lock them away after a while. Like just let's.
But we've had some good.
I've had some really.
experiences
Listen.
together.
What's the freakiest thing you ever done?
Well, I mean, but my other people might find I've had like threesomes and stuff like that with like trans women and things like that. But like for me, I think my most exhilarating though, for me, on my perspective, was like I was getting fucked and standing in an upright position, and I came so hard that I fainted, like I passed out, like dropped, collapsed off the dick. But
That does happen.
Man.
Really?
That does happen to women.
Really?
Because they literally get overwhelmed.
Yeah, I know the overwhelming part. Yeah, but I didn't know it could lead to fainting.
Yeah, it's basically like a seizure. When they're coming,
So they are levels to this.
short circuit, bro.
So they are levels to this game, huh?
There are levels. Quadro was like, "I'm about to get back in the game." Quadro was like, "I'm about to get back."
That's what that be like.
He was like, "Really? He's like, really? There's a threshold I've never hit before. I gotta get back in the game."
Tweet behind the back, Hezzy, turn around.
Bro, that's like a new move where you don't see. That's like somebody scoring from behind the scoreboard. Like,
but and I don't know. I think that was the day I knew something was wrong with me because I got up and I was like, again, like,
Yo,
let's like, do it again.
it's cool, but you gotta die. Yo,
No.
you gotta die for me.
That you gotta die. No, before I remember waking up and thinking like I don't really recall the last couple of. I don't know how long I was done, but I know when I got up I was ready to go again. But the trans.
You fucking been so good. Her brain short circuits is crazy. That bitch short circuited.
The trans threesome was probably my most interesting one.
I was about to say, tell us about that.
So ironically, it was not planned or anything like that. I know both people, right? Both of them are friends of mine. But I actually went to just go see the trans female, right? I went to go see my friend. I was chilling with her.
I'm sorry, because there's a lot of crossing wires with this whole thing. So what is a trans
a trans female, right, is someone who was born with the assigned gender of male who transitioned into female.
Okay.
So identifies as a woman, right?
Still has a dick.
Yes.
Shout out to you, friend.
Yes.
Okay.
Friend know who friend is. But I went to go see her. I was chilling with her. I hadn't seen her in a while or whatever the case is. And then one of my homeboys that I knew, I was down in Florida. One of my homeboys that I knew hit me up and was like, "Oh, what's up? You out here?" So, we linked, chill. I took a picture with my friend and I had posted her with me on my story. And he was like, "Oh, who that?" So immediately I'm like, I know it's what. So I'm like, "Oh, my friend is interested." So, but I told him like, she's very open about, you know what I'm saying? So she's like, I don't care if he knows or whatever. So I just said, I want to be clear because he was now asking me to link him with her. Like, let me just let you know that my friend is a woman, but, was born with the assigned gender of male. And he was like, okay, cool. Then he was like, she's pretty. So at that point, I'm like, okay, he's still with it, right? We out.
Look at the dude on the right when he said that. Bro, because he put the shades on for a reason. Because when he tried to block out, look how his body just twitched like, what?
She's pretty. So at that point, I'm like, okay, he's still with it, right? We out, we talking, and I'm like, all right, well, she about to get home from work. I'm going to make an introduction. Put him back, made the introduction to them. She saw him and she was attractive. The glitch to this is he's Jamaican. I'm just going to say that. But look at this. I'm gonna tell you. So I introduced him
like how the mom said hi
on a low. I did. I would specifically ask, because people have called me to coach them in first time experience. Like I've been there live coaching people through their first threesomes and stuff. So it's not unorthodox for somebody to be like, I want to do this for the first time. Can you be there for me or be with me? And so he was like, I think I want to try this and see how I feel about it. And was asking, can you be?
What?
I said Pep Guardiola in the bedroom giving tactics. Oh, man. That's not crazy. Yeah. Like what?
Shift the hip this way. You gotta hit it that way. Damn,
oh my god, crazy. Bro, too freaked out, bro.
Shorty getting paid for that shit too. Crazy.
You be present, right? So I'm there, we're all chilling, we're ready to get a drink, whatever the case is, calm the nerves, mellow out. And so at one point, my thing is I wasn't completely certain of his boundaries because she did still have her assigned organ, right? I'm like, I don't know how you feel about this and this and that, but we start the other way, like with her sucking his dick, right? So I'm like, are you comfortable with her sucking your dick? So I told her, I'm like, go suck his dick, right? She go in for it. And I'm not going to lie, my bitch got a throat on her. I'm not even going to hold you. You know what I'm saying? That shit was extra, so I'm like, okay, do it again for me.
That might be from knowing exactly
was what. She made me proud as a friend, right? So I could tell he was with it. So far everything is still comfortable. But again, we're still trying to see like when it comes down to him interacting with, how that's going to feel. So it started,
Okay.
Yeah. So, do you see what I'm saying?
So he did that before, or he did it?
No, I'm literally guiding him through his live through his first thing. So I'm like, are you comfortable touching?
So
you know what I'm saying?
when he said he wanted to try that, I thought he wanted to just do anal with the girl, but
he just wanted to have the sex experience, period. But he didn't know what he was walking into, so it was kind of like my job. Because no, look, there are certain people who are trans women who still have their organ but don't wish to be touched there. So you may never ever have to touch a dick. You know what I'm saying? But this is not her. I'm gonna say that. So I'm asking him as they're going along, are you comfortable with this? If they answer me yes, then I'm telling them, okay, do this next. Until they eventually start to catch a vibe or whatever. So
we can't drop this episode.
No, fuck all that. This nigga just.
I want to hear the end of this though.
I kind of covered my ears. So
I'm actually watching and I'm seeing all of this stuff going down. He wasn't yet comfortable with anything more than touching, but he was at least stroking, you know what I'm saying, her or whatever the case is. So at this point, because no funny, her mom's is sleeping in another room. So we in the living room. So we decided to reposition ourselves somewhere else because we realized things is getting a little heated up.
Yeah, the living room is not no place to do that shit.
In the living room?
Listen, this is her house. She started sleeping in her living room. I'm not gonna tell her where the fuck in her place.
But it's not the mom's house. The mom is just there.
No, she means
her mom
lives
with her.
My bad.
But ultimately, like it's not for me to say don't fuck in your living room, you know. So I'm just like whatever. But when I could see that shit was starting to really get, I'm like maybe we should reposition ourselves somewhere else or whatever, because I didn't know how mom was going to respond to coming out with dick in somebody's ass or something. So anyway, we moved to that part in which now we going to go into the room and he bends her over. So I'm sitting at a bed, she's bending over and she's holding on to me. And he starts fucking her in the ass. Clearly he's enjoying that. So she started eating my pussy.
How the fuck you got naked?
Definitely not. I don't deny starving people. You hungry? Like, you hungry? I got plenty to feed. So I let her do what she was doing, right? But at that point, I could also tell for him, it was helping him. Because the sight of the two of us interacting. For my part, I like women and men. So I'm comfortable either way here. Right. It then progresses to the point where now, we done a couple positions where she's riding him, I'm riding his face. Like, it was just a lot of mixing up stuff. Before I know, I'm fucking two people that I was just supposed to be coaching, but I was with the shits. It was,
They ain't hit you with the DP?
With the double penetration?
Yeah.
I didn't know, because I'll tell you this, they never got there. I could tell at some point he started getting uncomfortable when he could tell the amount of interaction with her organ was about to get escalated. Like it never got to a point where she was able to like fuck him in the ass and nothing like that. Like he was starting to be like, okay.
You think they?
Brother said I can't get a fuck, not get fucked. That's when nigga drew the line.
That nigga said.
I would give him half credit for that.
He said, bro. When she started getting horny, he said, no.
Whoa!
They had two sticks in the conversation.
He said, whoa!
Too much chefs in the kitchen.
Too much. God, that's a perfect quote for this shit. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yo!
No.
Oh my god.
Wow. I know Diddy would be fucking proud of them.
Diddy would be like, yo, this is the type of love I'm talking about. He calls himself love. That is wicked.
How did she even get naked in this situation? She was supposed to be the coach. Talking about, oh, you hungry.
Coach
oh, you how you go from coaching to, oh, you hungry?
Coach put her shoes on. Coach put her cleats on, man.
Let me tell the story for this.
Shorty started thinking about her glory days. She was like, fuck it, let me hop in.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
They still linking?
Did she fuck me?
Mm-hmm.
No, he fucked the both of us, and me and her did like a lot of mouth exchange and shit like that with each other. Like, only, she ate my pussy, I was suck her dick, whatever. But I could see whenever, like, when he was distracted anytime he would be seeing us doing stuff with each other, or like when she was riding his dick and da. But when it became those moments where it became real, like, yo, I might have to suck a dick, or I might have to, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like when he realized I might have to put a dick in my mouth, or I might have to, that's when I could see that he was like, you know. So I was seeing like, okay, that's his boundary. So we kind of called it there, and I left it to them to figure out if they was going to pick up and get together again. Because I'm like, listen, you had this experience. Think about how you feel about it. If you want to keep going, y'all got each other information. Y'all could always link. Y'all live here. I don't live here. I'm just in town. Right? Like,
yeah, this bread.
Yeah, we out here for a minute. But it was a really interesting experience for me in the way it came about. And, I mean, I enjoyed myself. I had a good time.
So I got to ask you, can you seriously date a gay guy? Or a bisexual guy?
I could be involved with a bisexual man, like in a sexual manner, but I don't think I would be in a full-fledged relationship. Because
that's why I don't.
You sound like Travis, bro.
Nah, let's be for real, bro. She's talking about she goes both ways. But the moment they hear a nigga taking dick, they're like, oh. Bitch, you doing the same shit.
Honestly, I don't blame her. I understand.
Nah, she's scared of competition.
Many chefs in the kitchen. Too many chefs in the kitchen. It's always a problem.
And the nigga like, nah, that's my nigga now.
Quasi, there can only be one chef in the kitchen, Quasi.
That's crazy.
Because although there's a heavy switch in me, and I like to go between submission and like playful dominance, whatever. But I still respond heavily, like me physically, I respond heavily to the presence of like a strong alpha man, specifically Black. Like it's a certain demeanor that comes, and I don't always find that in bisexual men. Plus, my preference is that I have a male partner that I can fuck women with.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
That's just my, but I have male partners who are comfortable with me fucking other guys. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if I want, personally for me, I enjoy watching niggas. I'm a voyeur, but I don't think that's mine.
Yeah.
Have you ever?
I've dated a bi guy.
Who watches?
How was that?
Actually, like twice.
Bitch, a lot of them be bi because they always coming out to you.
I'm sorry. They be coming out to you?
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Wow. I feel like we get two different ends of the spectrum because I get the people who be like, I don't know if I'm gay and I want to figure it out. She dates guys and then suddenly they be like, I feel like I'm comfortable with you. As soon as that statement dropped,
you already know.
Yeah, I already know what time.
Yo, I used to get that a lot.
No, it was
no. If they start off with, are you open-minded? Are you open-minded? If any man ever comes to me talk about are you open-minded and they're interested in me, I already know you suck dick. I already know. No, I'm serious. You suck dick.
But you would think that it would mean that maybe there's another kink or da-da-da-da. But for her, it just seems the trend is that they also like dick.
Yeah, and they're just very open with me. Like, and I'm just like,
God, where you finding these men?
Not another one.
Where you
It's different places. Like,
no, she don't mind that shit though.
Why come in and I ask you how open-minded are you? I just want to borrow $40. I didn't know it meant I suck.
Yo, you telling me she doesn't look like? Wait, what the fuck am I talking about? I'm sorry. We getting into the weeds of this. I'm sorry. Whoa. Whoa.
I'm telling you, man. This shit dirty.
How long does this shit go on?
We can't watch this whole thing, bro. I'm not watching this.
It's just a whole fucking confession. I mean, confession.
We gonna end it here. If anything we learned today is that some people are just more freaked out than others.
Real talk.
And it really is what it is. I hope they find God. They need to enroll and be born again because this can't continue. This is too much. Like I said, this is my house. I would leave and take a walk because this is too much.